Hello, I'm Amy Allendorf, and you all have my address. Watching my 3 children learn and grow over the last decade here has been a wonderful experience that has confirmed our decision over and over again to choose Loveland. I am fortunate to be able to volunteer in the schools from time to time and see some of this magic happen myself. While I see learning happening, I am also inside the buildings and see where there are great need for new buildings. Recently, I was at the Loveland Elementary School and saw a teacher sitting on the floor in the hallway with a group of students. Although they were quietly learning and doing a great job, I know that we can do better. This teacher deserves a space to teach these students. These students deserve a table to sit at with chairs and a space where they can learn without the interruptions of a busy hallway. Over the years at Loveland, I have seen the staff make the most of what they have with the space provided. Supply rooms now double as learning spaces with small tables and chairs barely fitting. Teachers using mobile carts that are much smaller than my washing machine to carry everything that they need for all classroom activities. The classroom that I frequently volunteer in at LES has very bad windows, making it difficult to regulate the temperature. This makes conditions much less than optimal for learning. The music classes at this same school are all taught in a trailer that sits separate from the school in the parking lot. This is unsafe in several ways, and if you haven't heard the acoustics of a trailer yet, let me assure you, they are less than optimal. The teachers of Loveland deserve better. Although they clearly love their students and our jobs, everyone has limits of how bad conditions will get before they move on to another district. We can't afford to let the quality of our education slide because we couldn't keep our teachers satisfied. We must show these teachers our support or we will lose them. Our education in Loveland is excellent. It is time for our facilities to be brought up to par. Another issue that needs to be addressed is class size. For example, the current class size of my 3rd graders class is 28 students. According to the National Center for Education Statistics, the average Ohio primary class size for teachers in self-contained classes is 21.8. The national average is 21.6. That makes his class 6.4 students above the national average class size. This is far too high. Even more appalling is the fact that when my son was in 8th grade last year, one class that he was in had a class size of 32. The national average for middle school is 16.7. That's nearly double, and it's not acceptable. Having above average class sizes is not something to brag about. I urge anyone considering voting against the levy to not be misled. A no vote for this levy will not bring a better option down the road. It will force current...
30 seconds, please.
This is good, let me finish. It will force current Band-Aids to be ripped off and replaced with a new Band-Aids. That will be an additional cost to taxpayers in addition to what is currently being offered. Is this levy asking the citizens of Loveland for a lot? Yes. But as you can see with just the examples that I brought to you this evening, the needs of Loveland schools are huge. Looking the other way will not make these problems disappear. People of Loveland, this decision is not about what is best for you and I as individuals. It's much larger than that. This decision is about what is best for our community as a whole. Please join me in showing your support to the future of Loveland children, Loveland teachers, and Loveland schools. I leave you tonight with a quote from Marian Wright Edelman. The question is not whether we can afford to invest in every child, it is whether we can afford not to. Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's be exceptional.
Now we're cooking with gas.
Yeah, we are.